My name's Aspen, and my sister Kelda destroyed herself, trying to destroy me. You're not taking her anywhere, Aspen. Mom stays in the facility. I stood in Kelda's pristine kitchen, exhausted from another 12-hour shift at the hospital. The facility called me yesterday. They said you're 3 months behind on payments. They're threatening to move her to Medicaid. That's impossible. I handle all of Mom's finances. I pay them on time every single month. Then why did they call me? Kelda set her wine glass down hard. Because you probably put them up to it. You've always wanted to move Mom in with you, so you could control everything. Control what exactly? I work 60-hour weeks. I'm just trying to make sure she's taken care of. By lying about me? By making me look like I'm neglecting her? I pulled out my phone and showed her the voicemail from Clearwater Senior Living. Kelda barely glanced at it. Voicemails can be faked. You probably called them yourself pretending to be the director. You can't be serious right now. I'm completely serious. You've been jealous ever since Dad left me in charge of Mom's trust. You can't stand that he trusted me more than you. Dad put you in charge because I was in nursing school and you had an accounting degree. It wasn't about trust. Right. Keep telling yourself that. Dad knew I was responsible. He knew I could handle the pressure of managing real money, not just checking vitals and changing bedpans. Don't do that. Don't make this about our careers. Why not? You've always resented that I made more money than you, that I have this house, that Marcus and I travel. You can't stand seeing me succeed. Kelda's husband Marcus walked in from the garage. Everything okay in here? Aspen's making up stories again. Apparently the facility isn't getting paid. Marcus looked uncomfortable. Maybe you should just check the account, babe. Make sure everything cleared. I don't need to check anything. I know what I pay every month. Aspen's trying to cause problems because she's unhappy with her own life. I grabbed my bag. Fine. I'll call the facility myself tomorrow and get copies of the payment records. No, you won't. You have no legal right to Mom's financial information. I'm her power of attorney. And I'm her daughter. If you're not paying them, someone needs to. Kelda stood up, her face flushed. Get out of my house. And don't come back until you're ready to apologize for accusing me of something so disgusting. 2 weeks later, my phone rang from an unknown number. Is this Aspen Holloway? Yes, who's this? My name is David Chen. I'm a private investigator. Your sister hired my firm to investigate you. I sat down slowly. Excuse me? She wanted proof that you were fabricating claims about her mismanaging your mother's care funds. She believed you were planning to file for power of attorney and wanted documentation of your dishonesty. So you've been following me? We conducted surveillance for 10 days, but during our investigation, we accessed some financial records that were flagged in our background research. Ms. Holloway, I'm calling because we have a legal obligation to report what we found. My heart started pounding. What did you find? Your sister has been withdrawing funds from your mother's trust account for the past 3 years, large amounts. The facility hasn't received payment in 4 months, but the account shows regular withdrawals during that time period. How much? Nearly $300,000. I couldn't breathe. The room tilted. $300,000. While I'd been picking up extra shifts to help with Mom's medical copays, Kelda had been draining the account Dad spent his whole life building. Where did it go? Mortgage payments on a property your sister purchased 2 years ago. Car payments, credit card debt. We have transaction records showing cash withdrawals that coincide with luxury purchases charged to cards in your sister's name. She's been stealing from Mom to fund her lifestyle. That's what the evidence suggests. We've submitted our findings to the State Adult Protective Services. They'll be opening an investigation. I'm calling you as a courtesy because you're named as secondary on your mother's healthcare proxy. Does Kelda know you found this? We delivered our report this morning. She knows. I sat there holding the phone for 20 minutes after he hung up, staring at nothing. I thought about every conversation where Kelda had made me feel crazy for asking questions. Every time she'd accused me of being jealous or dramatic. Every time she'd positioned herself as the responsible one, while I was just the overworked nurse who couldn't understand complex finances. Kelda called me 17 times that afternoon. I finally answered at 11 p.m. You set me up. You hired them to make me look bad. I didn't hire anyone, Kelda. You did. They broke the law accessing those accounts. None of it will hold up. You stole $300,000 from our mother. I borrowed it. I was going to pay it back. When? After she's dead? After the facility evicts her? I had some investments go wrong. Marcus lost his job last year. We had expenses. I was handling it. By draining Mom's care fund? She has dementia, Kelda. She can't advocate for herself. You don't understand the pressure I've been under. You just show up once a month and judge me. You have no idea what it's like trying to manage everything. I offered to help you multiple times. I didn't need your help. I needed time. You had 3 years. Kelda's voice turned sharp. If you cooperate with any investigation, I'll make sure everyone knows you put them up to this. Dad's entire side of the family will turn against you. Dad's side of the family is going to find out anyway. Adult Protective Services is already involved. You could stop this. You could tell them it was a misunderstanding. It wasn't a misunderstanding. You committed fraud. She's my mother too, Aspen. I love her. I made mistakes, but I love her. Then you should have protected her instead of using her. Kelda started crying. Please, if this gets out, I'll lose everything. Marcus will leave me. I'll go to jail. Just tell them you were wrong about the facility. Tell them I paid them and it was an accounting error. I can't do that. Yes, you can. You're choosing not to. You're choosing to destroy your own sister over money that Dad would have wanted us to use anyway. He left it for the family. He left it for Mom's care. That's what the trust documents say. You know that. He would have understood. He would have known I was doing my best. Your best included buying a vacation property while Mom's facility was sending collection notices? She went quiet for a moment. That property was an investment. I was going to sell it and put the money back. When? When the market improved. The market's been strong for 2 years. Then what do you want from me? You want me to lose everything? You want me in prison? I want you to take responsibility without asking me to lie for you. Kelda started crying. Please, if this gets out, I'll lose everything. Marcus will leave me. I'll go to jail. Just tell them you were wrong about the facility. Tell them I paid them and it was an accounting error. I can't do that. Yes, you can. You're choosing not to. You're choosing to destroy your own sister. No, you destroyed yourself. She hung up. The state investigation took 6 weeks. Kelda hired a lawyer who tried to argue that she had permission to use the funds for family emergencies. The bank records proved otherwise. Every withdrawal corresponded with personal expenses that had nothing to do with Mom's care. I moved Mom into a memory care facility closer to my apartment. The trust had enough remaining funds to cover 18 months if we budgeted carefully. After that, we'd have to apply for Medicaid. Marcus filed for divorce. Kelda's lawyer tried to negotiate a plea deal, but the prosecutor wanted restitution and jail time. I visited Mom 3 times a week. She didn't remember Kelda anymore, but sometimes she'd ask about the other girl, and I'd just say she was busy. Kelda showed up at my apartment on a Tuesday night, 6 weeks after the investigation started. I need you to write a statement. Tell them I was confused about which account to use. Tell them you know I didn't mean to hurt Mom.
I'm not doing that. Aspen, please. They're talking about 2 years in prison. 2 years. You stole from our mother for 3 years. You let her facility threaten to evict her. You spent her money on cars and vacation houses while she sat alone wondering where her daughters were. I visited her every week with money you stole from her trust. Kelda's face crumpled. I know what I did was wrong. I know I can't fix it, but I'm begging you. I'm your sister. Tell them something that helps me. What would you have done if the PIs hadn't found the records? Would you have kept taking the money? She didn't answer. Would you have told me the truth if I'd gotten power of attorney? I don't know. Yes, you do. Kelda wiped her eyes. I thought I had more time. I thought I could replace it before anyone noticed. You had $300,000 worth of time. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll spend the rest of my life making this right. You can't make it right. Mom's care is compromised. Her quality of life is compromised. The trust Dad left her is nearly empty. Then what do you want from me? You want me to suffer more than I already am? I want you to take responsibility without asking me to lie for you. Kelda stood up. You know what? You're not better than me just because you didn't get caught. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone does things they regret.
Not everyone steals from their own mother. At least I was there. At least I managed her care for 5 years before this happened. Where were you? Working. Always working. Too busy to help. Too busy to notice. I offered to help you manage the trust. You refused. Because I knew you'd judge everything I did, just like you're doing right now. I'm not judging. I'm just refusing to cover for you. Kelda walked to the door, then turned back. When Mom dies and I'm still in prison, remember that you chose punishment over family. No, you chose theft over family. I'm just choosing not to lie about it. She left. The trial lasted 3 days. Kelda was sentenced to 18 months in minimum security and ordered to repay what remained of the trust through a payment plan that would take her 15 years to complete. I see Mom every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. She smiles when I walk in, even though she doesn't always remember my name. The facility is smaller than Clearwater, but the staff knows her routines, and she seems content. Kelda writes me letters from prison. I haven't opened any of them. Last week, Marcus showed up at the memory care facility while I was visiting Mom. He said Kelda's parents are pressuring him to drop the divorce, to wait for her. He asked if I thought she deserved a second chance. She hired investigators to prove I was lying, I said. She was so convinced I was the problem that she paid strangers to follow me around and document my dishonesty, even when she knew what she'd done. Marcus nodded slowly. She keeps saying it wasn't really stealing because she was planning to pay it back. Planning doesn't mean anything when you never actually do it. She had 3 years. I know. I just keep thinking about who she used to be before all this. She was always this person. We just didn't see it because she was good at managing the image. He left without saying anything else. Dad's sister called me last month. She wanted to know if I'd consider asking the prosecutor to reduce Kelda's sentence. I told her no. She hasn't called back. Mom had a good day yesterday. She remembered my name for almost an hour. We sat in the garden, and she told me about a trip she took with Dad before Kelda and I were born. She didn't ask about Kelda once. If someone you loved stole everything from someone who couldn't fight back, would you help them escape consequences to keep the peace? Or would you let them face exactly what they earned?